Yo, it's your boy Simmons. I want to give a shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. We here on Report Card Radio. You heard me?
I want to welcome Simmons to Report Card Radio. Can you let everybody know who you are and where you're from, what you represent, and what's good, my man?
Yeah, I'm Simmons, man. I'm from Southside. I'm from Jamaica, Queens. 109 in God Brew to be exact. I've been doing this for a while. I'm representing a new religion, my own brand right now. But just getting active, man. Back in the music thing and putting some heat out. I'm on fire right now. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? So, the brand is I got some movies I'm producing and shit like that. So I'm doing a few things. 2021, turning up crazy.
Well, Bonds, can you tell me a little bit about coming up out of Southside Jamaica, Queens? We all know that's the home of 50 Cent.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the home of 50 Cent. Onyx, Lost Boys, countless others, you know what I'm saying? Roy Flush, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, coming up out of there was it's definitely I think gave me a mind state like no other place, you know what I'm saying? That Southside state of mind is different, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout to Southside.
Growing up in Southside, what was it that actually pushed you in getting into the rap music?
Um I mean, of course, like every other ghetto in America, hip hop is the shit. So, but writing for me, writing was always something that came easy to me. It felt good. I was always comfortable writing, and I always was a good writer. So, I loved music, you know what I'm saying? I just gravitated towards it, man. My first toys was microphones and guitars and little shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't with trucks and stuff. Like, I used to play with radios and shit like that. So, it was like a natural thing, man. Probably some divine intervention, man. Definitely.
So who were some of the artists that interested you when you were younger? You know what I mean? Who were the first artists that you were exposed to as a kid that made you?
Nas, of course, Nas. I was real territorial, so I was all about Queens. You know what I mean, so Capone and Noriega, um, Mobb Deep, dudes like that was you know what I'm saying, was getting me through, and I was raised off of that type of Biggie, Pac, stuff like that. Too. I was raised off of that.
So tell me a little bit about how you started to build a buzz in New York, and you attracted the attention of some of the guys like Jam Master Jay, you know what I mean? Black Hand. Tell me about that.
Just being now, like you said, being from that place where so many people is from, but when you in that time as a young kid, you don't really realize that, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just, I'm from 109 in God Brew. Like, God Brew is a boulevard. Like, it's when you're talking South Side, you're talking about God Brew. Like, it's like God Brew, Baisley. It's like you got Merrick. It's all like a little probably 6 to 8 block radius. You know what I'm saying? I'm on 109 in God Brew. With 50 block is 134 in God Brew. So that's a couple blocks down. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's across the street. They got a little Rochdale Village, which is a little, you know what I'm saying? Can't call it a project, but down on 109, which is 2 blocks from me, 109 and like 164 off of the boulevard is 40 projects, right? So that whole area is South Side. So JMJ, I mean, I'm 3 minutes from Jamaica Avenue, you know what I'm saying, where JMJ studio was and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, where Onyx cut hair at the Lost Boys is from 134 and God Brew, and you know what I'm saying, so everybody kind of, you know what I'm saying, the whole Southside Preem team and all of that is from, where we at Southside right there, 40 projects, and you know what I'm saying, 109 my boulevard and stuff like that, so coming up from there, like, and then always, rapping, and it's something, like I said, I was good with writing, so I always stood out with you know what I'm saying, with rapping. Like, my first, not to be on no bragging shit, but just, honestly, like, it was something that was good that came kind of naturally to me. So I was good. So it would, when people would come, it's like, yo, who's, my block was a known block. So it's like, so being a good young nigga and I was good when I was young. Like, now I was nice when I was 12. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the older dudes used to come and get me and take me to the studio and shit like that. So, Chaz with the Black Hand situation, Chaz came up to the boulevard and he was like, who's nice or whatever, trying to label this Black Hand label, like who's nice. And somebody came and got me. I went and I met with him and he was like, yo, he gave me his number. He was like, yo, call me, like, let's do it. I want to put you in the studio. He told me to rap for him. I rapped for him. I said a couple raps and he was like, you know, I wanna fuck with you or whatever, you know, we doing this Black Hand shit. He gave me his number. He was like, yo, call me or whatever. With that situation, I kind of let people, because I was, at this time, I was young. I probably was like 16, 17, something like that. So when this happened, people around me, older people around me, I didn't know who Chaz was. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I knew about the Prince and hey, you hearing stuff, and I got, you know, family members that same, but I wasn't, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't really know who he was like that. So, but, you know, to make a long story short, not to name no names, but certain people in my, you know, older people was telling me like, yo, don't deal with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just not a good guy, and you know, XYZ. And they had some dealings, I guess, with artists. They was, because I guess around this time they was doing with, they had something to do with like Ja Rule and all that. So it was like, I don't know what I'm saying, like, not to be with the gossipy, but it could have been gossip in my ear at the time, but just as a young person not knowing, but just people just telling me like, yo, they doing this to artists, they extorting artists, they you know what I'm saying? Don't mess with them, pretty much. Like, I wanted to, it was, of course I wanted to mess with them, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was something that I moved hesitant on, and he wound up snatching somebody else, which was Graph, like, you know what I'm saying? So now, mind you, time come on, I start seeing Black Hand, and they started putting out a couple people. They put this dude Graph on, and then he had a couple other artists. So it's like, to this day, every time I see Graph, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, even though Graph ain't he ain't not the biggest star, but in my opinion, he made some accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? He had, you know what I'm saying, opportunities, and I'm saying, I'm like, damn, like, I missed out on an opportunity. At one point, I thought about it as that. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to break down that whole JMJ situation for me? I know he was really putting a lot of artists on.
Yeah, with JMJ, it was JMJ was putting a lot of artists on. So with JMJ, it was the same thing. I was actually with this dude, with this hustler dude. It was around probably like the same time, probably a couple years later. I might have been like 18, 19 now. So, but not too far, around the same time. So I'm actually, I think this was right around the same time. So with JMJ, I'm with this dude. I'm with this older dude, this hustler from my neighborhood, and I was riding. I was in his Jeep with him or whatever, and we went to the Avenue, to the Coliseum, and he came and got me so I could sit in his car at the Coliseum while he running the store to get some sneakers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. So I guess when I was in the car, when we came back out, and JMJ was he came back out with JMJ actually, and he came back to the car with JMJ. He's like, yo, this is my man right here, this is my young boy right here, yo, he's nice, put him on or whatever. So JMJ was just like, he told me to come to the studio. He was like right around the corner, it's by the Coliseum right there. So he's like, yo, I'm a studio right around the corner. Come, let me see what you got. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, bet. So later on that day, I went to the studio with I don't know if he bought me or whatever. I went to the studio. So I'm in the studio with JMJ. Now he tells me, I was young then, so now in hindsight, he was trying to see how marketable I was. He was like, yo, I don't really got no hip hop beats. I've been working on R&B stuff, so I'm like, put a pop beat on, like an R&B kind of beat, and I want to see you rap to that, like. So I'm like, all right, bet. So he put an R&B beat on, and I brought my man with me. I brought my little man from the block with me too. So I was like, he rapped too. My shout out to Nook the Rapper. He rapped too. He got a crazy blog page and shit right now. But so so I rapped shit, and then my man rapped. He was like, rap again. So I rapped again. Boom, boom. He was like, yo. He's like, you dope. He's like, both your eyes. He was like, yo, you got. He's like, yo, especially you got some, got some potential. He was like, you know what? He's like, you got any songs you did? I ain't had no songs. Like I was always rapping, but I was put the streets first. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I was a little gang banging blood, little drug dealing clown. So I wasn't about business. So I didn't have no songs done or nothing like that. So he like, damn, man. He like, yo. And he told me, he said, artists come to me every day trying to get breaks and this and that. And they come to me with full demos, songs and this and that. Like, and like, you don't got none of that. Like, you like, know what I'm saying? Let me see if you even want to do this. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, do a song and bring it to me. Know what I'm saying? I'm like, I bet I'm gonna do a song. I'm gonna do a song and I'm gonna bring it to you, whatever. Know what I'm saying? So I left and I I was, like I said, I was doing that type of stuff in the street. So I wound up getting arrested. Like, and then, you know what I mean? I was going for like, I think like a year. So, cause during this time, like I stayed in jail. That's why I could never, like, you know what I'm saying? So, cause once I started getting 15, 16 months, I started getting arrested. I was like just constantly back and forth in jail. So during these times of me coming out, these little instances was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I went to jail and he got killed like right, you know what I mean? They ran in the studio when that shit happened, like right around that time, you know what I'm saying? So I still had, I had a couple months to, you know what I mean, bring him a song and shit, but, then again, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
No, Bonds, thanks for sharing that story right there. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay.
Rest in peace, Jay, for sure.
I know they recently brought in his killers, so hopefully that could give his family some, a chance to, really put the situation to rest.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a sad situation. You know what I'm saying?
So, Bonds, before we jump to the next topic, I wanted to ask you, so back then, did you ever get a chance to meet 50 Cent?
I met 50 Cent. Yeah, actually, it's crazy because I actually was I met 50 Cent when he was beefing. Like this was I think I think it was before he got shot, or maybe like right around the time when he got shot. And he was beefing with Black Child and them, who's Black Child's my man too, but he was beefing with Black Child and them, and they had some event in Rochdale. Like I told you, Rochdale was right across the street from 134. So in Rochdale was a little village. So they had in a community center in Rochdale, they had a little show. It was Murder Inc. doing a show. This was when they wasn't really big like that, but it was Black Child and them just started fucking with them. So I got a Murder Inc. story too, how I got a story how, you know what I'm saying? One of these stories for like so many people. But anyway, this was before my Murder Inc. story. So now I'm at this place. So we go up to, because I'm up on 109 and Guy Bridge. So we walk up there to see me and my same little man. I went to JMJ studio with it, the rapper. So we went up to the place to try to get in the place, but we couldn't get in. So we was trying to walk around the back door to get in. And we see 50 at the back door. 50 walking around the back door. Actually, it's like an alleyway from the front to the back. And we come in, we went to the back, we couldn't get in. We coming back, we see 50 coming in the back. We're like, oh shit, this 50 Cent. Like he was hood famous at the time, but he wasn't famous. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, that's 50. So in my mind, I was hungry for rap. I wanted to be a rapper, but I just didn't know how to business-wise. I thought by me being a gangster, then that's all I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get the other part. So we ran down on 50, like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Like, yo, we rap, like, put a song, whatever. So now, mind you, he's trying to get in the back door of their show to pull some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really hip to that at this point. He like, yo, hold on, little nigga, I don't know. I'm like, so he look at us for a second. He like, I'm telling you, man. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? He like, yo, he like, wait right here. He like, I'm about to do some shit. I'm about to go ahead. Just wait right here. I got you. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see what y'all niggas see what I'm talking about. So he walked back in the back. I waited probably for about 2-3 minutes. He's like, oh, what the fuck he doing? Then we put it like, yo, he probably doing it. And I guess, matter of fact, we did wait for a second. And he went in. I guess it was a commotion. And then everybody started coming out. And then it started being a scene. So we actually never could catch up with him at that time, but he wound up later on once he's put the G Unit shit together. Like all of those dudes that you see with the vest and all of those is all 109 dudes. Like those is all my dudes. So we've been, you know what I'm saying? Like he showed love to the block after that. But yeah, I had the opportunity to be more patient and either to go back to the block and find him the next day. Like, yo, we them same little niggas. Like, but I didn't have that much you know what I'm saying, you know, follow-up game. My follow-up game wasn't that strong back then. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to hustle.
50 was raising some hell with Murder Inc. even inside of Queens back in the day.
Yeah. He was. This was when they first started, like when they first started making their bones, and I guess he was trying to make his mark. Like, yo, these niggas. And now thinking about it in hindsight, like they was right in the Rochdale Village Community Center, like, and the niggas ain't even from over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he is a 134 nigga, so you know what I mean. Being at all that attention behind, it was, you know, the official thing to do was to pop up over there at least. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you ain't say go over there and hear nothing out, but pop up like, yeah, I'm here, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to let your face be shown. So I guess that's what he was doing. But yeah, it cleared out and shit after that. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about your incarceration. Would you mind breaking it down to the audience why you were locked up and for how long?
Yeah. Well, I had I moved, but I started fucking with my baby moms, going to Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with my baby mom. So like I said, I was into what I was into. So basically I went to Long Island and I started hustling. You know what I'm saying? I started selling drugs. The market was better than my market. You know what I'm saying? So in Queens and South Side, you know what I'm saying? So I was hustling out there like a motherfucker. I met this nigga, right? I met this dude when I met this dude and I was selling him like some bud. You know what I'm saying? Like little QPs or some shit like that. I was selling him. I had to do I only did 2 years though for the weed and for the gun too that I was on. You know what I'm saying? Parole with.
You're saying that you were just working with some QPs and shit. You get 2 years in jail, right?
Yeah,
Rollo has 500 pounds in a jet, and they offer him 5 years.
yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, but see, this is the thing, because it wasn't really about the weed. It's because I had, and this person that when they did the secret knives, that's all they found was the weed. But they was looking for more shit, and they had more information on different shit. Like I said, like it was a weapons involved. So at this time too, like I was doing music. I had my little camera where I was taping my own little videos, putting them on YouTube and shit. So at this time with this person, right? I'll give you the whole story because I was making a long story short, but I'll give you the whole story so you can understand. So at this time, right, when I'm serving this person QPs, right? Boom. This guy, he says, give me a ride to my PO. So I says, all right. Now I ain't really have no friends out there, so I ain't really know people. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Try to get, because this guy knew a lot of people in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of the niggas that he couldn't really get right. So he said, pull up to my PO. So I'm like, I bet. So I pulls up to the PO, boom. I'm sitting in the phone waiting for him. So now nothing happens, probably like 20 minutes later, some dude come out, a white man come out with his pay, like, yo, yeah, we keeping him. Here, you can hold his belongings, whatever. It's just like papers. It had like, it was like a do-rag or something, and it's like probably like an ID or some shit. She's like, yo, in a manila envelope. You're like, yo, yeah, you can hold. So you just hold on to his stuff. He'll catch back up with you later whenever, you know what I'm saying? He get back up with you or whatever. When he get out or whatever. So I'm like, damn. I ain't really that much. I ain't really even know him like that. I'm just getting acquainted with him, trying to, you know what I'm saying, move and shake. I'm like, all right, damn, that's crazy. So I ain't think nothing of it. Time passes. So, and like a year maybe passed. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm still out there. I'm doing my thing. Now I done moved up a little bit. Now I'm saying, now I'm moving some things or some other things. You know what I'm saying? So now he just reached back out. So I'm like, oh shit, where he was at? So boom. I ain't gonna lie, I put him all the way in the mix and what I was doing, because he had another area, not even the area where I met him at where I first was at. He was in another, because you know in Long Island they got these different little towns. So now he's telling he got a different town. We're over here now with some bitch and all that. So now I'm getting to the town with him. He know people in the town and all that. So I'm like, I bet I can start moving and shaking some things out in this town. So I'm moving and shaking some things out in the town with this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now
You was already good, though. You was already good, though.
I was, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now this one
times to it.
Yeah, this one night he calling me all day. I'm like, yo, but at this time, my daughter was Right now, this is my daughter right now is 14. But my daughter was, you know, from pre-K, you moving up. They have a moving up ceremony. So she had her moving up ceremony at that same day. This was when she was in pre-K. She had a moving up ceremony this same day. So, and then mind you, I'm in Long Island. I'm like an hour away from South Side of my hood. So then my parents, everybody come out to South Side. Boom. So this nigga calling me all day to get up, but I can't. This day is not good for me. So I'm doing this day. So he telling me it's his birthday. Know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so mind you, I do and I'm with my peoples and all. I can't do nothing. So he calling me even all at night. So now it's like 12 o'clock at night. So he called me. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go. He like, just call me, meet him at the spot, and I mean, have a drink. Just meet him real fast, have a drink. I'm like, all right. So I get out of the bed now. I'm in the bed, like, then my baby mom's like, yo, don't go. I'm like, nah, I'm just go real fast, nigga. Fuck it. Know what I mean? So I go meet this nigga at TGI Friday. Now, by the time I get to TGI Friday, it's like 12:50. TGI Friday closed at 1 in the morning. So by the time I get there, they're like, yo, yeah, they closing down, bro. So, yo, like, damn. So now I'm like, yo, fuck it, bro. Like, just try to do something tomorrow. So he like, I bet. Give me a ride. He like, give me a ride to my I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna drop you off and we just get up tomorrow. He was already with his man. He like, you can ride with me and drop him off. So I'm like, all right. So now he get in the car. He like, all right, just swing me by this chick house so he can pick up his bag first and then go home. I'm like, all right, it's on the way. I'm thinking, all right, this is his birthday, whatever. Know what I'm saying? Let me just get this shit over with, get this nigga out of my head. Know what I mean? So fuck it. We stop at the chick house. He come out with a bag. I ain't thinking nothing of it. He put the bag in the back. All right, we driving. So boom. Now it's like, now mind you, it's 1 in the morning. We driving. I'm a smart nigga. I'm a hustler. I'm a smart hustler. I'm not the same dumb. Now mind you, I'm 20-something years old now. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here hustling. I'm saying I came from Southside. I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I got my shit. I got some shit, but I got some shit in the trunk under the spare tire. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason. I know how to talk, drive, all that. You know what I'm saying? So now we driving. It's 1 in the morning. I know my probability of getting pulled over is high anyway because I'm a black nigga at 1 in the morning. I'm out here in Suffolk County. I'm not stupid. So we getting pulled over now. So now I'm driving on 5 minutes. We get pulled, police jump right behind us. So I'm like, what the fuck? So now he's making the calls to his baby mom. So he's saying, yeah, yo, it's always last year, yeah, yo, I love you. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I got a license, we Gucci, like, sure, everything good. You know what I mean? So boom, now we get out. So now they pull us over. So now I pull up in the shit. I pull up in this little parking lot shit. Boom, so I'm like, I bet. So the cop comes to me like, hey, what's up, man? Mind you, I ain't have not one drink or whatever. So he wanted to give me he wanted to give me sobriety tests. The officer, he's telling me to get out the car so he can give me sobriety tests. I'm like, all right. So he give me all of the tests, eyes and walking and boom. I knock all them shits out.
I recently got one of those.
Yeah, I knock all them shits out. I'm like, yo, this shit is like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I beat on this shit like, all right, so we're gonna now. So mind you, they roll 1 deep and they ain't like, you know, on Southside, they roll 4 deep, 4 cops in the car. They be jumping out before the car even stopped. This he was 1 deep, but he had called another officer. So now another car pulls up, goes over there talking to this nigga. I don't even know what they doing. So my officer, he like, all right, bet, yeah, you passed the test. All right, you good. You know what I'm saying? But let you go. We're gonna check out your passenger. We're gonna go. I'm like, all right, we good. Right. So now I gets over there. Now I see when he gets me over there to the car. Now he's the other cop is over there with the other passenger now. Still over there with him for a while. Like the whole time I'm doing this test, all this moments. I'm not sure what the fuck going on with them. Right?
Well, like you said, your boy was tripping.
Right. Know what I'm saying? So now come to find out, I hear boom. So now they let him get back in the shit. So now my cop comes back in my seat now. I don't know why. He looks under my seat. It's a gun under my seat.
Yep.
I'm like, oh. So he comes immediately, gun, he grabbing me. What the fuck is going on? Know what I'm saying? This nigga takes off running. So I'm like, oh, and now I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So now they bring out helicopters and all that shit to find this nigga. Like, know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So now they put me in. So now I plays the role. I tells them, now this was one thing I did. I got my driver's license switched to Class E, so that means that you could drive taxi. Know what I'm saying? So So I'm like, yo, I'm a taxi driver. So first thing I'm thinking, I'm not thinking about no whole case or none of that shit. I'm just thinking it's a gun case, you know what I'm saying? And this nigga ran, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I'm a taxi driver, you know what I'm saying? I was just giving him a ride. I don't know who the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying? As far as a gun, I don't know nothing about no gun. I can't, you know what I'm saying? So now, mind you, so they box they ain't buy that shit. They charged me with a gun. They locked me up. So now I'm sitting in jail. Boom. So he gets locked up like a day. Like I guess they took me before him. So we didn't get processed together. So I didn't see him for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I'm in there. I couldn't bail out or nothing. So now I didn't see him till my first arraignment date, which is like a couple days later. So now on our arraignment day, we in the court cell together, back. So I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, you gotta take. I've been in the same position before, Mikey. I've been in a car with a gun. It was my gun. We got pulled over. My man crying. I can't take the gun. I don't know about this. The police said, "Who gun is it?" I said, "It's mine." We got rules, real nigga rules. When you're in a car, you hold your own fucking felonies, man. Whatever is yours, man.
Right.
Don't play no games when we start, like, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do that. So I'm telling us like, yo, you got, you know what I'm saying? They took my car. They took my car and pounded my car. Now, mind you, I told you what I had in the back under the trunk, tie your seat. Now, mind you, so now by the time I come back for my court date, so I'm like, yo, what's going on, my nigga? So he telling me he gonna take it though. At this point, this first day, like that, he like, yo, nah, I'm gonna take it, whatever. So I'm like, I bet. So now, mind you, after we seen the judge and then we separated, so now I didn't see him again. So I wound up I think before my next court date, I bailed out. Like I sat there for like a few more days or like a week or two, and I bailed out before my next court date. So now I'm speaking but mind you, they took my car that day. So when I bailed out, I didn't have a car. I went and got a new car, but still, I wanted my car. Know what I'm saying? So and my thing is, I ain't do nothing. This nigga had, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Even though he tried, why is the gun under my seat? Like, know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna do that. Know what I'm saying? We're not gonna right now. Let them know this is your shit. I don't even give a fuck what they found. Just let them know that this is your shit, so we can get right. Know what I'm saying? So now, mind you, he's inside, I'm outside. So he back and forth. He's telling me that he gonna do it. So they telling me in court. Know what I'm saying? They still charging me. He ain't taking it, no nothing. So now I got a lawyer. So now it comes to different conversation. Now it's what the fuck, nigga. Like, know what I'm saying? So now we beefing. And now I'm not thinking that this nigga's a fucking rat. Know what I'm saying? A confidential informant. You know what I'm saying? So now we beefing, and I go to sleep on it. Know what I'm saying? I hire the lawyer too, because now I'm fighting the case. I'm trying to get my car back, and I'm like, yo, doing none of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how you gonna charge two niggas with one gun? Then when I was locked up, I found out they have two. After 2005, they expanded the gun laws to constructive possession and presumptive possession. You know what I'm saying? So if you're anywhere in constructive possession of the gun, if you have ability to grab the gun, if you are able to get to it, then you're in constructive possession of the gun. You know what I mean? So unless he say it's my gun, it's not his, it's my gun. You know what I'm saying? It's my car, I'm driving. He say he don't know shit from shit. I have a prior gun charge on my record. I already did time for. It's not going, you know what I'm saying?
And he's a confidential informant.
And he's a confidential informant. And he gave them pictures of me with his gun. It wasn't pictures. I shot a video. I was telling you I was doing my own video. So he came, I met him one day. He was at this bitch crib, right? So I'm like, he said she was suspended because she didn't speak English. So I'm in her crib. We shooting a video to my little freestyle. He had a gun on the table in the video. I had the gun on the table. I taped the gun on the table. But when I edited the video, I edited the gun out. So you have no gun in it because this is after Smack. Now, mind you, I was doing Smack 2003, 4, 5, and all that shit. So This is 2011, this is 2011. So I'm like, I don't do guns on camera no more. Know what I'm saying? I've been graduated from it. Know what I'm saying? So I edited that part out. I didn't want that. The police came and seized my computer for the raw footage to get still shots of that gun in my possession.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's crazy,
So
Bonds. That's crazy, man. And you know, it's just crazy after hearing all of this that a guy, a judge who goes to school for 10 years, 8, 10 years, like they
mhm.
can never get the real story like this so they
That's
can
what I'm
really
saying.
analyze
How
it.
can he be a rat? How can he be a confidential informer on me? Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
he
No,
shouldn't even be credible.
we see cases like that. So where did you have to serve your time? And ultimately you said it was 2 years?
Yeah, because what happened was he sitting in my crib. He told me I had the guns and more shit. He knew I had shit, but what happened was I left a lot of shit, and thank God, I'm gonna speed this up. Because thank God I was arguing with my baby mom, so I took my shit out of my crib and I left. So I happened to come back to the crib when they kicked in my door. They found was some weed. So now when they locked up my baby moms and all that, I had to make a plea deal. Well, I said, you know what? I'll plead to the top count of the weed. I won't challenge nothing. I'll plead to the top count of the weed. And I'll plead to the gun. If you drop the gun down to a fourth degree possession, which is a misdemeanor, I'll take the gun and I'll take the top count of the weed and you just drop all the charges against my baby moms and give her the kids back and let her go. You know what I'm saying? So they did that. So that's why I did 2 years for weed.
You're a real
Yeah.
one.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened.
Bonds, I want to take you back, man. Can you talk to me about getting a name to where you could actually appear on the Smack DVDs?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, yeah, because the smack was man, like word, the smack was a staple. I snuck in through the back door, man, because you know, Smack was cool with Smack was from Rosedale, which is a different part of Queens. It's like a more well, it's Jamaica. It's like the suburban part of Jamaica kind of, but it's Rosedale's like we, you know, it's a lot of dudes out there. We fucking Rosedale. So Smack was from Rosedale, and so was this dude named Power that had a studio on my side of town, right? S&M Records. And also Shae Davis, aka Punch, he was also in Rosedale from like the Rosedale area. He was from like the Bronx too, but he was when he come to Queens, he was fucking Rosedale niggas. He knew Rosedale niggas. You know what I'm saying? So he probably knew upper Queens niggas too, but he was, you know what I'm saying, like Rosedale was his hood or whatever. As far as I knew when I knew him, like I knew him from somebody that be in Rosedale. So I guess actually Punch was he was dating this girl, but he was dealing with this girl that was I went to school with, and her cousin was my sister's baby father. When she was dating him, and I guess he was rapping, so she brought him to the house and she introduced me to him, like, yo, this is Zoo Punch out. So he rapped too and all that, like, yo, that's your couple, whatever. So also, like I said, he was from Rosedale, so he knew Power. I knew Power because he had a studio on that side of town, and I was recording at the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like he opened up a studio. I think I had, that's I ran down on the studio as a young, you know what I'm saying, person. So I just, I started recording at Power Studio. So that's how me and that's so it was like a double connection for me and Punch kind of. So once I went to wait on a little bit on Rikers Island for that first gun charge I was telling you about. I got that also dropped to a misdemeanor. So I had to do like 90 days on the island or something. I came home, and as soon as I came home, I went back to S&M studio with Power, and Punch was recording there, and he was like, yo, my man Smack got this DVD, and recording, and he gonna start managing me as an artist. Like, you should fuck with us, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet, let's do it.
So Smack had a really strong relationship with Shae Davis?
Yeah, they was friends already before. They already he knew Smack from back in the days. Cause Smack was going to court, showing up when Punch was going to do his trial and all of that. So Punch was Punch and Smack Ben knew of each other. Punch introduced me to Smack. But after that, I guess we kind of came together. So after that agreement that we was, gonna be fucking with each other, I think Punch did a video, actually. Punch did a video. He just shot a video. Like, he was like, yo, I just shot a video like yesterday and it's about to be on the Smack. That's when he did the first video. Like, he was in the car, like, he's like, the laws these days don't make no sense. That shit. Like, so that's why I wasn't in that video, because I wasn't there, and I just came home. He's like, yo, I just shot a video like yesterday. We're gonna be fucking with Smack and we're gonna do this shit.
Major shout out to Smack for everything that he's done, with his brand.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ran into him actually in Houston after they had one of their battles.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yup. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he doing this thing with the battle shit now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still feel like he could have started the label and it would have been bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because he got a deal. Smack got a deal at Koch. When Smack got the deal at Koch Records for an album, it was the same time that Khaled got a deal, and they album came out at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So you see Khaled progression where he at right now. You know what I'm saying? As in compare, and mind you, Smack was bigger than Khaled. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got, you know what I'm saying? His brand is good and successful, but you know what I'm saying? In comparison to a brand that Khaled got, knowing that you could have did something, you know what I'm saying, bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just an opportunity that not only for yourself, you could have been, you know what I mean, you could have made a gateway for a lot of other people, but you know, everything happened for a reason. So, you know.
You know, Bonds, I think the arena that Smack has created for battle rap in ways is just as big as DJ Khaled's albums.
Now that's dope. And that's true because where Khaled went with his, you know what I'm saying? That's because where Khaled went with his vision, and as opposed to, you know, just making albums with other artists instead of putting on artists and putting on generational talents that could have made a lot of influence in the game. You know what I'm saying? That was the opportunity that Smack had with Smack DVD, because a lot of artists came from that. He broke a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? So by him maintaining that and maintaining that space could have transpired to that. You know what I'm saying? Something differently than what Khaled did. But I agree with you. Definitely his contribution in overall is definitely bigger than what Khaled did, because Khaled ain't do much but take niggas first. You know, so.
Well, I mean, you know, both of these guys have
No
had their
disrespect to
time.
Khaled.
Both of these guys have had their time of shining. You know what I mean? Right now,
Right.
it just so happens to be URL's moment where it's like,
Facts.
you know, 2019, 2018, before 2020, it was like people were packing those arenas, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other brands coming out too. It's a lot of other brands coming out too.
Yeah, like the guys who brought Cassidy back.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. The what's that? RBE dudes.
So let's talk about some of the brands that you've established since coming home in 2014.
Yeah. Since coming home, I did the new. I founded the New Religion brand. At first, like, it was always, the New Religion was always something that it was like an idea in the back of my mind. You know what I'm saying? For the longest time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tried to put, even like when I was doing the Smack Day, I tried to put a group together called the New Religion. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the New Religion theme was always glowing in bright lights in my head. You know what I'm saying? But as of 2014, when I came home, I started putting my projects out under that brand. I started the company and I started putting my projects out through that brand. And I started the clothing brand and I started putting out clothes. And like I said, I'm not in my crib right now. It's crazy. I don't have none clothes. I meant to do this interview at the office with my band and show some clothes and shit, but it's, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, hopefully people will stay in touch with me and follow me on Instagram and be able to get that stuff. But so yeah, so I started, you know, taking it as a brand like that. You know, once I realized I had to, you know, become my own brand because nobody was gonna help me.
Let's talk about your new single that you're putting out right now called Call Me Broke. Let everyone know when they can expect to see that single.
Yeah, the video just dropped actually on the 12th. It's already going, like it's going up. It's going up already. The views is jumping crazy right now. So I'm so happy with that. The song was actually supposed to drop the same day, but I sent the wrong media file through the distribution. So when the song dropped, I pressed the play and it was the wrong song. So we had the abort mission. That was my fault. Like, I be fucking with DistroKid. Like, so I distributed the single to DistroKid, and I fucked that up. So a few more days, that joint to be on all platforms. That Call Me Broke featuring my young boy Zod Buap. It's a banger. It's a banger.
Tell me what made you want to come back with this single. You know what I mean? A lot of people have seen you throughout the years on Smack DVDs, in different music videos. What made you want to come back with the Call Me Broke record?
Just like, because it wasn't like when I first came home. I probably went through some formalities. I made a couple songs maybe, but like at one point, like after that, probably like a year or two after that, I was like, fuck music, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to do music. I started a business. That's when I moved to Atlanta. I started a business, you know what I'm saying? I got dragged to Atlanta, started a business, and I started experiencing um my business started doing good, and I started experiencing success in life, you know what I'm saying? Outside of music and outside of the hood, outside of drugs, and it just gave me that business confidence, and then just growing. I guess I just evolved. It evolved back into what I'm saying, me writing again, and once that happened, I just evolved that, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I put the Simmons on my name, like it was Barnes Simmons, because, you know what I'm saying, it's all about my family. You know what I'm saying? Like it was OTF, Barnes OTF before, but like it's really only about the family and the legacy, and you know what I'm saying, me living a righteous life, you know what I'm saying, in connection with the Most High. So that is everything that I do got to stand for what I stand for. You know what I'm saying? So the new religion brand had to be articulated in that form, and the things that I was doing musically had to come with that force and that focus behind it. So once I got into that mode, Call Me Broke was just one of them records that, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I've been saying right now, like I feel like I'm on fire right now. Like I'm at my most focused, because of all the bullshit, because of all the opportunities that I missed, because of all the times I felt overlooked, because times I was unappreciative, and because of the blessings that God gave me, because of the things that I made it through, and the power that I still got, and how good I still fucking look and feel, how strong I am, how smart I am. It's like I'm just in that bag. So Call Me Broke was just one of them records, like, you know what I'm saying? These bitches are fake, these niggas are frauds, and I'm trying to dodge them both. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they get, you know what I'm saying? Thick, just like a cigar. You can't dodge smoke. They calling me late. They thought I was calling it quits. They called it close. They could call me whatever they want. They can't call me broke. Like, it just was like, I was just on my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm up. I don't need none of you niggas. I don't need no job. My kids don't need a job. My wife don't need a job. Nigga, like, I go where I want to when I want to. You know what I'm saying? I buy what I want, who I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? But all praise to the Most High at the same time. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, I know why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm here for. It ain't just to talk shit and stand around. So I feel empowered. Call Me Broke is just one of them shits. I feel like I captured that. You know what I'm saying? And I got a good feedback. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's give them that. I'm giving them a bunch of shit, though. So it ain't just about Call Me Broke, but I'm giving them a bunch of shit like that.
This is something that I never really wanted to address back in the day, but I've been around for a minute, so I know that Shae Davis and y'all had the Only the Family, Only the Fam. Y'all had that whole thing. You got it tatted on your wrist.
Sure.
You got it tatted on your hand. So, I've been in the game for a minute, so I remember the whole thing. So can you break down for me how you and Shae Davis came together in the first place and formed OTF?
Well, Shae already had the name OTF. So the name OTF, Shae already had the name. I think he said that was like when they was like in jail or some shit, like they started calling themselves OTF. It was some shit that they started when he was like young kid, but then, they abandoned it or whatever. It was some shit. But he already, you know what I'm saying, had the name or whatever. So he's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We doing OTF shit. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, yo, what are we gonna name it? It was like, yo, he was like, you know what I'm saying, yo, yeah, so OTF shit. He was locked up already with Q Life, so he knew Q Life already. Q Life was from Corona, Queens, a different part of Queens, like, you know what I'm saying? So he already knew Q was his man. He was locked up with Q before two and all of that shit. So he was like, yo, you know what I mean? It's gonna be me, you, my man, Q Life. You know what I'm saying? So it was us three. We was doing we was gonna do the OTF shit. So, we started just recording records, and we went and got it tatted. We was on that middle finger shit. We was just, it was a thing. So we just,
Yep.
There was no other OTF, so we ran with it, and it was only the family. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like, it was only the family. We don't fuck with these niggas, like fuck these niggas. And it was like, yeah, hell yeah, like yeah, it's OTF, fuck these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Middle fingers up, niggas tatted on the middle finger. We went in.
It was like Dipset had a foundation, a faction, French Montana, Max B, the Coke Wave Boys, and
right,
and OTF.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me, were you guys still actually a group when Lil Durk actually got onto the scene, though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When Lil Durk, it's funny because when I caught that case that we was talking about, so that's how I can tell you when Lil Durk and them came out with that song OTF. It's just us. You know what I'm saying? It's just us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? OTF. It's just us. And that even, and the thing too, another thing that fucked me up because that shit even sounded like one of our songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? With that bounce, like it's just us, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was our little, like that was our bounce, like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I was locked up. So what it was when I remember when I first heard about the shit. I just got up north. I just finished because I was in the county for like 6 months, and I just got sentenced to the state for the 2 years for the state, and I just got upstate. It's my first time getting on not my first time on a state phone because I was in the state reception jail for a couple of weeks. Then I got to the prison that I was gonna do my bidding. So this when I just got to that prison and I got on the phone and I spoke to my sister and she like, yo, some little niggas just came out and stole your name and stole your song and all that and everything. Like they said, she played the song on YouTube. She like, yeah, this shit. And so I'm like, it was like OTF. It was just, I'm like, oh, who the fuck is this?
I think you're thinking about the record that Little Reese had. And if you're comparing Shae Davis to Little Reese, that is a good comparison. But I'd more so, I wouldn't compare you to Little Reese.
Oh, hell no. Nah, not me. But yeah, it was Shae Davis.
I think you're thinking of the record called At the Top. At the Top, it's just us. GBE.
Yeah, I think that's the record. Yeah. That's the record.
Actually, that was actually Little Reese. But yeah, no, I totally see where the whole thing comes in with OTF, Only the Family. You guys were repping it since probably like the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to take it anywhere though, Bonds.
Nah, well, at first, when I first heard it, it was like, you know what I mean? At this point in the game, it's like, you know what I'm saying? At this point, there's a few reasons, but the most important reason is that I'm not looking for problems. You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking for problems. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If somebody was to bring a problem to me, I would be very upset. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't looking for no problems. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most important reason that I ain't looking for no problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, of course I rep Only the Family as a moniker, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing business under the name of Only the Family at this point. I own onlythefamily.com still to this day. I ain't gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying? I designed that logo, I own that logo, but I'm not letting that go because that's what I created. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care nothing about that. But at that time when I heard that, oh, we was on it. We was on, like, we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when I was speaking to Shae and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he you know what I'm saying? He met with Lil Durk and all of that, like, you know what I'm saying? In the club or some shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was like, yeah, I would have, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to listen to them niggas at night. Like, even when I came home, I was like, fuck it. And Lil Durk had the song, This Ain't What You Want song. And I like that song. The song was
right.
The song was dope.
Like, went off. It went off.
The song was fire, bro. But I still was like, I was a little bit kind of over it because when I was just coming on, I was a little bit over it, the whole OTF shit. But I wasn't like, I ain't about to just go start bumping these niggas right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was listening from afar, but I was like, I like that song. But now I listen. Now I listen. I don't got no problem like cutting Lil Durk on, listening to him, fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? I listen to him.
Bonds, if I could offer any type of advice or assessment of what might have happened, you see the record right there that Lil Durk had, This Ain't What You Want?
Yeah.
That record right there, not the hottest record, but Durk went to every single nightclub in Miami promoting that record and playing it when he had the opportunity. That's one step that you guys didn't do. You, Shae Davis,
exactly.
You guys didn't move around to all the different cities repping your brand. Just for me to offer that little insight. But you gotta take me into it. Shae Davis You said Shae Davis actually stepped or approached Lil Durk about it. Did he tell you about what happened? Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, yeah. He said because this was a while ago. So this was like when that first, when that shit was going down and all that. And I was locked up for most of the time. So I think Lil Durk was in a club with Game, and he said Lil Durk was in a club with Game in New York, and he just ran, he's like, yo, I went down, I told him like, yo, that, because when he told me, he was like, nah. When I spoke to him, I was like, yo, what's up with these niggas that taking the shit? He's like, nah, yeah, they paying homage though. He's like, yeah, they fuck on it. Like, he's like, nah, they know what it is. Like, what I'm saying, I ran down my club, I seen him with the game, so I'm like, yo, that's OTF shit. When that shit started, that's my shit. He like, yo, yeah, nah, like niggas fuck with you. He like, yo, niggas saluted or whatever. And he was like, niggas gave him his number and all of that type of shit. But after that, it was, what I'm saying, you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, you out of sight, out of mind type of situation.
Because Lil Durk's popularity kind of blossomed really quickly, you know what I mean? To the point where
Right.
he probably did respect Shae Davis and your
right,
movement.
exactly. Yeah. And I know them little niggas like looking at it in hindsight, like them little like they them little niggas is younger than us. So, we was older niggas. They was little niggas on on the porch still probably, like, I'm saying? So, they watch the smack. This shit is running around with the guns and all that. So, niggas see shit and they adopted that. They always OTF, they ran with that. Like, that's all love. Like, I mean, a nigga would love some recognition about that, but that shit ain't about nothing. Like them niggas is little brothers, man. Like, I look at them niggas as little bros. Like, man, like ain't nobody feeling no kind of way. Like, I'm saying, I got all the love and respect in the world for niggas that got that love and respect for me. Like, I'm saying, like, if it's fuck bonds, then I'm saying, that's a different situation. But you know what I'm saying, I ain't getting none of that energy. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
All right, so Bonds, last question, man.
Yeah.
We have a great interview so far. If there's not really much to talk about here, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But I wanted to ask you, what was it that led to you not working with Shae Davis anymore? And what's happened to Shae Davis? Did he step back from music? Or did you guys separate? What's going on?
We separated. Yeah, I'm gonna say that we separated. I don't know what he's doing. I would just, what led for me to start doing my own thing was just that, you know what I'm saying? Me going through shit, when you go through shit in your life, you know what I'm saying? In situations, you forced to reflect on everything, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you shedding your skin and you stepping into a new thing, you know what's good for you and what's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? So building what I'm doing with this new religion brand, it stands on loyalty. I'm highly active. I'm in a loop. I'm doing different shit every day. So just follow me, man. You will be entertained.